You are born, not in a hospital, not even a bed, just a mud brick box, and it smells like poop. First thing you see is a goat and a couple other livestock. Cool, that explains the smell. Your mom sighs, doesn't look too happy to see you. Your dad wraps you in a rough blanket that smells like all the sweat he gathers digging soil all day. Cozy. Your mom says a quick prayer to the household gods, not for a bright future, just hoping you survive the winter. Honestly speaking, most babies don't make it. Half your siblings are already gone. Starvation, infection, farm accidents, take your pick. But you are one of the lucky ones and you manage to turn 6. In your head you're like, cool, time for school, right? Cute. Your dad hands you a rusty tool and takes you to the real school, the dirt land, aka the farm. The soil is so hard it feels like a rock pretending to be dirt. It's hot, your skin burns, and you get a front row seat to your dad's daily wisdom. Even if we survive hunger, we won't survive exhaustion. Inspiring. After a full day in the fields, you come home starving. Time for a good dinner. Yeah, you get a luxurious dinner of barley porridge, maybe a couple lentils if you're lucky. You fetch water every morning from a stream that's way too far. And toilets, yeah, it's called a bush. As you grow, your body changes. Your hands turn into leather, your back bends like an old tree, and the only thing you remember is the land. 'Cause it's the only thing you have, until you don't have it either. Your family's been farming the same patch of sad little dirt for generations. Then one year, the land gives up. The crops fail. Your dad borrows a little grain, sacrifices a chicken to Saturn for luck. Too bad the Roman gods don't seem to care about your survival. As the crops keep failing, he borrows more grain, sacrifices more chicken. Still hopeful, still delusional. Eventually, the lenders show up. Not to lend, to take the land. They take half your land, pretending it wasn't the plan from the start. What's left? A dirt patch so small, it's not enough for toilets. I mean, bushes. It's barely enough for your father. Now you've got 2 options. Stay and starve, or leave and starve somewhere else. You pack what little you have, and say goodbye to the dirt land. Rome is calling. Big city, big dreams, bigger disappointments. You walk for days, your legs go numb, but you keep moving for a better life. The so-called better life in Rome starts with a strong smell of poop. It's the sewers. The streets are narrow, cramped and loud. You dodge trash piles, sewage water, and a person trying to steal your sack. Rome is not what you expected. The better parts of Rome are reserved for the upper class, while the poor lives here. Now you need a place to stay. There are too many identical buildings. You can't afford the ground floor. That's for people with money. You climb 4 flights of stairs in a building that creaks like it's negotiating with gravity. Congrats, you have just rented a room the size of a prison cell, with worse ventilation. No kitchen, no toilet, no running water. On top of that, you share it with 3 people. 2 snore, 1 suspiciously quiet. You pretend not to notice. Every day you line up for water at a public fountain like it's a concert. And toilets, public of course. Privacy is expensive, and yes, there is a communal sponge. Try not to think about it. At least it's a toilet you can sit on. You need a job to survive in the city. You head to the nearest hiring spot, stand with a platoon of desperate people waiting to be picked for the lowest pay. The foreman walk by, scanning the crowd like they're picking fruit, rotten or not. Someone's getting hired. You wait for hours, then a finger points. Congrats, you have just been selected to break your spine. Your first job, unloading grain. All day, no breaks. Someone collapses around midday. He is replaced before he even hits the ground. Your pay, just enough for stale bread and barley porridge. If you're lucky, you earn enough for cheap wine and visit the public baths. Great place to socialize, assuming you don't mind sharing diseases. If you save a few more coins, you visit the arena to watch gladiators stab each other for entertainment. Watching someone else suffer makes you forget your own. Then you're back to the usual suffering. Some days you don't get picked at all. You watch Roman citizens line up for the annona, free grain provided by the government. Nice perk, right? Too bad you're not a citizen. No connections, no documents, no free grain. You stay hungry while watching people with connections eat. Like everyday worker in Rome, you desire a stable job. It's difficult but not impossible. You try everything: construction, warehouses, even shoveling waste in the sewers. With some grain knowledge from the farm, you end up in a grain mill. You shovel grain in the huge grinding stone, sweep up flour from the floor, and carry sacks of flour to the local bakeries. You breathe so much flour dust, at this point it feels like your lungs are baking bread. But who needs a healthy lung when you have a stable job? 'Cause now you can think about marriage. Not that you have options. Rich Roman women won't even look at you, and the poor ones are already married or enslaved. Eventually you find someone, a freed slave. No dowry, no family, no dreams. Perfect match. There is no ceremony, no documents. You just move in together and let the neighbors know. That's marriage. It's not about love, it's about survival. 2 incomes means you can finally rent a room instead of sleeping with a platoon, and you have someone to share your miseries with. Apart from that, nothing really changes. You still haul sacks of grain, you still breathe flour dust. Then come the babies. Loud, hungry, and unplanned. You never wanted them, but they arrive anyway. Now I've got more mouths to feed, more noise in the room, and more chances of stepping on a child in the dark. As time flies, your children grow up. They have the same fate as yours. They join the workforce as soon as they can lift a bucket. As they grow up, they move on with their own life, and you mind your own. One day, you realize you're not the same person anymore. Years of labor add up, your back aches, it's harder to lift weights, and you are easily tired. But you keep showing up because stopping isn't an option. One day at the grain mill, your body gives up before you do. You are dragged outside and replaced before the sack you dropped hits the floor. There is no farewell, no ceremony. Just another open space for the next guy. Your family grieves, not for long. They have rents to pay. Soon, everyone will forget you existed. Life rolls on. Rome doesn't care.